Eddie, oh, good morning to you. I'm sorry that we've slowed up your progress for a moment. How are you getting on?
Well, if you followed it, you can follow me online on BBC Three online, and I've had a rough time. I think you just said that. I've been to hospital twice, but it's just for checking blood, so it's not as dramatic. They haven't swapped my legs over or anything, but everyone was checking out kidneys. I got rhabdomyolysis 4 years ago. It's a horrible thing where your muscles shred into your bloodstream, it clogs up your kidneys, and then you drop dead. So the doctor said, hey, stop, don't do that. I've come back, retooled, but the heat, I mean, I was running in 41, 42 degrees centigrade, and that, you know, good British summer's 25 degrees. That's just really tough. And so my body, because down my mum's side it's Viking, down my dad's side it's Saxon. We've looked into the genomes of this, and it just says, we love cold, we don't love the heat. So my body started packing up. So I'm doing okay, but it's rough.
Eddie, I've got to say, I mean, even the thought of running 1 mile fills me with horror. You're running 27 marathons to reflect each one of the years that Nelson Mandela spent in prison. Why does Mandela's story motivate you so much?
Well, you probably know, as people in Britain might know, I want to go into politics in four years' time, in 2020. I think Nelson Mandela and President Lincoln, they're two very good people to look at if you study politics and show what can be done. You can have a big heart, you can think more wider than a narrow issue. He just conducted his entire life, over 90 years of his life, in a very positive way. And the film Invictus, if you watch that, that poem inspired him. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. We can all decide to help one another, or we can decide to tear each other apart. So I like people, I'm doing well myself, I want everyone to do well. So I just thought I'll put something back, and I tried it back in 2012 and failed. And so Nelson Mandela said, don't judge me by my successes, judge me by the number of times I failed and got back up again. So I just got back up again.
Yeah.
What is the hardest thing, Eddie, when you're running such a monumental amount of miles over such a short period of time? What is the hardest thing for you to deal with, either physically or psychologically?
Well, there's no days off on this. If people might remember, I ran 2009 around the UK, and I would have a day off every week. I have no days off, so that's really hard. All I could look forward to is at the end of the day, I eat food, I bathe, I sleep. That is it. People are honking there as going by. So gradually in South Africa, they're working out that some idiot Englishman, British guy is just running around the country. But that is very hard, and the heat. So that heat every day, it just gets so hot. I mean, you can see what I'm wearing. You know, I'm a foreign legionnaire. And this is the countryside. If you look around here to the right, you can see this is the countryside I'm running through, these great mountains. It's inspiring, the countryside. We don't quite have this back in Britain. Well, we do up in Scotland, but and Wales, but not now. My neck of the woods down in Sussex, and we have the downs, the rolling downs. But these are big hills. But the temperatures just blow you away. And this is their summer. This is their summer.
Have you, I know that you've had a setback, Eddie, you had to obviously have the blood checks. Have you just recalibrated the challenge? Because doing 27 marathons now in 27 days, can you not just do the 27 marathons but stretch out the time? Give yourself a bit of a break.
No, I can't. That's the whole thing. I said 27 marathons in 27 days. This is day 9. I'm on the 8th marathon. I'm 1 marathon behind. I have to make up this marathon somewhere in the 27 days. It's tricky. It's difficult, but it was difficult for all the guys fighting apartheid back in the day. Anyone fighting for democracy, for justice, it's always tricky. World War II, it was a tough thing. So it's right that I should go through a tough time. And if people notice it, if people can help, they can go to sportreef.com, they can donate, they can sign up for the games on the 20th of March, and they can follow me all on BBC Three online. So it's if it can inspire anyone to get healthy as well, because we've got my physio Tim is with me, and he's brilliant, very knowledgeable about what not to eat, what to eat, how bodies work. So there's lots of stuff hopefully you could learn from this, as well as see a crazy idiot running around the place.
Well, there's no doubt you're inspiring,
one last question, Eddie. There's a lot of people watching this, like me, couch potatoes, sitting on these sofas, thinking, I couldn't do this in a million years. What is your message to people like me, the other couch potatoes, to get off our backsides and try and do something as inspiring as the thing that you're doing?
It's a very good question, Piers. Okay. We're all natural animals. Everyone knows that we were natural animals. We got civilized, but then we discovered sugar and television. And these things, no tiger eats dessert, no tiger eats sugar, and no tiger watches television. So all the animals, all wild animals are fit. So we should have a certain amount of fitness in us. Now, that's not going to get anyone straight off the seat, but we're living longer and longer. If you don't want the last 20 years of your life to just be being pushed around, then get back the healthiness that you might have had as a kid. Now, most of us had healthiness as a kid, not everyone, but that thing we had as children, that was natural animal, and then we gradually lose it. We are supposed to build exercise, make it fun, do a 5K, do a 10K, cycle, swim, find something. But if you don't, your last decades of your life could just be really rough. So I'm encouraging you to do that.
Brilliant.
Hello,
Keep on running, Eddie. Good
Fantastic.
luck. You
Brilliant.
know, one of the things that Nelson Mandela is reported to have said was, it always seems impossible until it is done.
Correct.
We know you can do it. Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Keep on going.
Best of luck, Eddie. You're an
Cheers.
absolute superstar. Well done, mate.
Legend and inspiration.
What a guy.